An interesting fact about the Red Friday movement and the reason we all wear the red shirts and promote Red Friday on Fridays is Red Friday, the red in Red Friday stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and it's an opportunity to recognize those still serving men and women that are away from their families, they're away from their home, they're off doing their job. Life still goes on. It's good to remember those people and remember what they're doing overseas, on deployment, taskings, whatever the case may be. So we take Friday to remember those people. So one of the big comments I seem to get or questions in regards to is anxiety with a lot of the new cannabis that's out. And I am currently taking the Ganjier certificate program out of California. Fantastic program. You're always learning, you're always striving for more and current information, and something new that probably wasn't around as prominent as it was years ago because of the way things were cultivated is the terpene profiles. So your terpene profiles are your smells, they're your essential oils such as lavender or citrus. The cannabis plant has over 400 of these that are known, and what makes up a big part of the consumption, especially with flower when it comes to cannabis, is that the terpenes play a huge factor with absorption and the efficacy of how the THC and other cannabinoids and minor cannabinoids work. So what's going on a lot of times now is if it's not overconsumption of a certain strain or cultivar, what it could be is that terpene profile is not right for you. So that's your body signaling that this is just not working. There's some terpenes and things in there that you've consumed. Your anxiety's high. A good thing to do would be try less. So go low, go slow. Maybe you need to reduce the amount. Or if this is a continued thing that keeps happening over and over again, maybe that terpene profile isn't right for you and what you're trying to medicate for. So it's always a good idea to keep an eye on terpene profiles as well as cannabinoid profiles, and strain or cultivar names are very important as well. Now, you can't get too sucked into that because that's a lot of marketing. So there's some marketing within the names, and back in the day it used to be very easy because there was limited strains to get your hands on to consume, and when you heard a certain name you kind of knew what was in there. Nowadays, with the amount of breeding and crossing and renaming, you really have to watch what the lab results are saying for the terpene profiles as well as the cannabinoid profiles. In my opinion, over the last, we'll say 10 years, there's been a noticeable improvement with the quality of cannabis, the way it's been cultivated, as well as the THC percentage. So in my opinion, I think some of what's happened is obviously with the terpenes, they're more abundant now, which helps with the absorption and the efficacy of the cannabis. But it also, now what's happened is a lot of the breeding has bred up the THC so high that the other minor cannabinoids that were in there to help mitigate the effects of anxiety or to have some benefits are now not in or present in that certain strain of cannabis for one reason or another. And I feel that the race has been on to really get THC out there, which is fantastic. It's a great cannabinoid for so many reasons. It's been around, it's tried, tested, and true. But we've come to a point where we're now hyper-focused on THC. It's the only thing we're looking at. In a medicine, there are so many other beneficial cannabinoids, terpenes, that sort of thing, that you really have to pay attention to the other stuff and not just THC.